So I'm just going to take you through the kitchen here. ReLiked Vintage and Retro was started a while ago when I was a stay-at-home mom of a surprise baby, my little Cadron, who's 5 years old. And I started selling a few things that I owned online and took a liking to it and ended up in the business myself. So I'm also the managing director of the YQR Vintique Market and was one of the founding members of the place. And what we intend to do with these videos is show you through each vendor's booth. So I hope you enjoy. So this is the area of my kitchen that I call the pantry, or you could think of it as the groceries. And this cabinet here, it actually came out of an old farm. My mother-in-law found it for me, and I believe that it was made out of farm windows. That it originally was a farm windows, 2 farm windows, and somebody built the cabinet around it. It's quite a nice little piece of furniture. It is meant to go in between a dining room and a kitchen area so that you can pass food through or grab out plates and so on and so on. What I use it for is my salt and pepper cabinet. A couple of years ago, somebody that I knew contacted me and said that their grandma had passed away, and she had a humongous collection, 1,300 salt and pepper shakers, which I bought. So I keep on refreshing this area and adding more things into it. And I have a red shelf. I do have a tendency to color code all of my items. So this is my mostly green shelf, and this one is yellow. And there's lots of vintage salt and pepper shakers. She had quite a huge collection, lots of different interesting things, a lot of them Japanese made. And up here I just have some nice wood ironing boards. I really adore this thimble set that I got from an antique dealer who picked it specifically for me, which I thought was pretty great. I will always have some sort of sewing or ironing boards around. At one time, my grandma did seamstress work when she had little ones. These are hazel atlas dishes. Now, they're pretty hard to get. Usually, if you find them, you find like 4 or 5. And these are just amazing. They were made in the 1940s, and they were made to match fiesta ware, which was really popular dishes at the time. They used the same mold that they used for their previous glassware, which was see-through glass, and instead used a milk glass and then also fired colors on top of it. They came in sets of 4, and they came in 4 different colors, which was pink, blue, mint green, and also yellow. So you got 1 plate, 1 cup, 1 bowl, maybe some extra pieces. And that's why it's so hard to find, because if one piece got broken, then you don't have a complete set anymore. I have 118 pieces here that I'm selling for $550. I even have, this is the most valuable part of the whole set, is I have 10 children's plates. As you can see, they're pretty tiny. Little cups, and there's even a sugar and a cream amongst these. There's the little sugar bowl and creamer right here in pink. Just adorable set. I could imagine having a set like this and just deciding today I'm going to set up blue. I am really a lover of the 1950s, the bright colors. They had just gotten over the war, and I think that they felt a sense of joy, and you could see it in the way that they decorated their houses. They used turquoises and yellows and reds and pinks, and just beautiful color palette. And I do like the bright colors. It makes me feel really happy. So that's how I decorate this place. Here's another vintage table set that I have. What I do is I oftentimes, back in the day, people used to sit with their keys on these wonderful chrome chairs and break the vinyl. So what I've done is I've ordered in some special vinyl which is made in Mexico. So I have to order it in from the States. And it is It's not like traditional oilcloth. Traditional oilcloth used to be dipped in oil 2 times, dried in between. What this is a vinyl print, and it's impregnated with cloth fiber on the back. So it's a very sturdy kind of vinyl to use for recovering chairs, and it should last for a long time. And because it's made in Mexico, it's made in like just crazy colors and big bold designs. You can get things like yellow background with red chili peppers and so on. So I plan to continue doing this kind of stuff, and recovering some other chairs. You can see here that I have some rolling pins. All the rolling pins in here are $10. So you can come in and easily get something for making pie, etc. So just to start off on my booth, here is the blue section. So everything around here is all blue. I have like porringer with spoon. And this is made by WMF Frasers, which is a really good German company. Has the original spoon. I don't even think this thing has been out of the box. It's just like that. My favorite thing to collect is honey tins. I used to be the Regina Farmers Market manager, and I don't know why I feel very attracted to honey items and honey tins. I guess it reminds me of my time there. Might be part of the reason why I really gravitate towards collecting kitchen and kitchenwares. I have these friendship glasses that are really cool because they're turquoise. Usually they come in oranges and reds, and this is a really unusual set. So that is the same as a Pyrex friendship pattern. Find all kinds of things in here. Lots of aprons, all kinds of things. This cookie jar was brought in by a picker that I have a relationship with, and I just think it's so cool. It really adds that retro vibe to this area. I do gravitate towards 60s, but sometimes I have 50s, and sometimes I have 60s and 70s items as well. So here's all my yellow area. Lots of different things in there. There's a fondue pot, and this is an egg cooker. So you put your eggs in there and plug it in, water in the bottom, and it's hard boils your eggs for the morning. Quite easy. You don't have to set up a whole stove to do it. I got some recipe cards, and this is a Madalta. I have a gentleman that comes in, and he likes to buy Hanson Ross pottery off of me, and he brought me a number of Madalta items, and this is one of them. This nice pale yellow casserole. Just beautiful. My little Japanese pig. My Japanese chef French pig. I really am enamored with this Alberta sugar. It's a canvas bag, and this is printed with the type of ink that disappears. So it's never been washed, and that's why it's still on there. Next, we move on to the red section, and boy, there's a lot of red stuff left from Christmas time. So I have this set of Japan-made anthropomorphic apples, and it has like a jug and a cookie jar, and has these little salt and peppers. And what this is it's an oil and vinegar. So you can lean it one side to the other and have your oil and vinegar for your salad. And there's lots of little glasses, salt and peppers. I really love these kinds of fruits like this. This one is one of my favorite ones. It's like it's an apple that goes in half, and it's a salt and pepper set. It's quite cute for your table. And this is Majelica, which is a teapot and a cup. Another set that is apple related with salt and pepper, sugar, cream. This is kind of unusual, which is the Donald Duck orange juice. I never knew that they made a Donald Duck orange juice, but there it is with the original lid. Here's all my nut meat cutters. I was just putting up a post about how they really like their chopped nuts. So if there's recipes that call for it, they just put the nuts in there and then grind them up, and they end up in the jar underneath. There's lots of different versions of those. Some cups and saucers. This is part of a set of a Madalta bowls for mixing bowls. Really wonderful, very clean lines, very neutral color, and sort of a creamy white. And this is the number 12 bowl over here, and here's the 10, 8, and 6. And those also came from the Madalta collector. Here I have quite a lot of vintage kitchen tools. I have some primitive items. I have like what you would call these ricers, which are really great for making potatoes. These are for mashed potatoes. I've got the antique square kind and the zigzag more modern type. These are for grating Parmesan cheese. Lots of different kinds of egg beaters, all different colors, eras, different kinds of serving spoons, strainers, that kind of thing. Here on the ironing boards, which I use for display, I've hung all kinds of different kinds of kitchen tools from $10 to $15 to $20. You'll also notice up on the wall, I've put a whole bunch, nice little collection of chalkware. I really like the fruit kind quite a lot. There's different things in there. There's apples, cherries, bananas, all kinds of stuff. There's grapes, apples, oh boy, lots of different things. Here I got this off of, I thrifted this off of someone. I guess it was an outdoor sink at one time. And from Nikki's Farmhouse, they sell fusion mineral paints, and I painted the bottom red, and I used some of that nice oilcloth I got for the kitchen countertop because the countertop wasn't so great. These are some great tins that I have on the side. Poppies, and these ones are roses. This double oven I just got in. I had sold my other one, and this one is an Acme stove. I feel that like a lot of men are very attracted to these kinds of stoves because they have like they sort of look like the front of 1950s cars, you know? I got quite a good look to them. I'm pretty amazed by the inside of this because it's all enamel spackle. And these interior pieces here that fit the racks, they actually remove from the oven so you can clean them by hand. It's quite a nice oven. It's double oven. This is my Coke fridge, which was taken out of a farm in Regina Beach. So we had to dig that out of a farm basement. It's quite the thing. It is still operating and running, and not in the greatest of shape inside, but I don't keep it plugged in just to save the landlord some money. This would have been done probably sometime in the 70s. It's actually a vinyl applique that was put on this, but it is a 1950s Coronado fridge. And the way they work is it actually chills this part, which is your freezer section. And that's how you control the temperature in here. And then that chills the whole entire refrigerator. These things have a tendency to last forever, where modern fridges might not. It's pretty incredible. It's still up and operating. This is the green section. Here we have a Rumtoft, which is, I guess it was for keeping something in. I think it was for fruits and so on. I've got a Betty Crocker set here. This one's only $20. It's a recipe card collection. There's some really good recipes in there. Like, those are cookbooks that I even use to this day right now. Crazy Daisy. And I really love these. I had a whole bunch of this Pyrex, and I just kind of sold it for a couple bucks a piece. This little gravy boat set would be $10. I have a whole set of Rogers Golden Syrup. Now, what's kind of interesting about this is that usually you find these three, but not this little tiny one. So to have a whole set like that is pretty good. And again, you can see I have lots of honey containers here. Here's another set of those bowls from my Medalta collector. This number 12 is just amazing because you could probably do up to 6 loaves of bread on it. It's very, very large. The number 10 is pretty traditional for about 2 loaves of bread, and you could let it rise in there. You might have noticed my scale. This came out of a Saskatchewan grocery store. It's like a general store, and it went through 3 generations of family members. So 80 years ago, this was weighing items. How it works is, I don't know if you can see the numbers on here. How it works is it weighs it, but it has a price per weight. And you go across here and you say, okay, that was 35 cents a pound. So you owe me for $5.15 for these bowls. I wish that was the case. These bowls go for $200 a set. You'll notice my love for ironing boards, and I also already told you about the honey tins. It took me a long time to collect these graters. Now the square graters are easy to find, but it's the circular graters that are very difficult. So it's about a year to collect enough to be able to do this light installation, which is pretty fantastic. Again, you'll notice chalkware up above. And in this section is mostly like birds. And over here is just some florals, some unusual pieces. Like there's one up there with, I think it's Moses and with a flock of sheep. Some good stuff there.